We're back. Oh, let me put Mantella. Last time we left off with a girls' night out and getting Prime Link. But now we need to go to Winterhold. We'll go to the college. And then I think I'll try to learn some spells.
We've stopped.
But I'm also going to try to get Mantella working. Try something different. What spells do I have? Plenty. Okay, Mantella failed, as expected. So let's try with Jazargo. Need to find Ramaran as well. Come on, Mantella. You can do it. Wow. Failed. Oh, nope. Now it goes.
All right, class, I'm going to learn some low-level restoration spells. Would anyone like to join me?
Yes. If we are starting at the foundations, I want to drill ward cadence and proper channel breaks. To breaths up, one down, no surging.
All right, let's start with the spell Abrogate.
Hood, abrogate for... We'll anchor it in ward so you can feel the exact bite when it takes. On my count, you touch the edge, release on 1, recover on 2. No stacking, no flourish.
Abrogate, the humble little broom that sweeps up bad ideas before they explode in our faces. I will provide a very small, very polite spark for you to cancel, Archmage. If your rope smokes, I sneezed.
Jazargo will watch the cadence and cold drift. If Abrogate clicks late, Jazargo adds frost to con the surge. Begin on Brelines count, then change hands after 3 cycles so muscles learn both sides.
Next is Consecrated Blade. Interesting, using restoration to gift a blade to an ally, not conjuration based.
Restoration can carry form if you bind it to intent and a vessel. Think of it as lending your breath and will to steel, not summoning blessing.
If the Archmage wants to gift an ally a holy butter knife, I volunteer these very deserving hands. No trip, no choir, and I promise not to test it on the furniture.
Aim the weave through the hilt, not the edge. Aim the weave through the hilt, not the edge. Let the grip first, then let the light run to the point.
Whoops, I misunderstood it.
Cesargo will strike a practice post the moment you pass it to him, to see if it bites true.
All right, to down 7 to go. Solemn Penance looks like it buffs restoration at the cost of one's health.
It does. We do this measured. Anchor a recovery ward on your ribs first, then take the penance in half sips. 1 cow gone. 1 cow off 3 cycles. Stop if your fingertips go numb.
I will be the glamorous bucket in case you overpour. If you sway, I hand you water and a sweet roll, not the stuff that makes things worse.
Cesargo watches your pulse and the color of your lips. If it bears, you break the weave and let Cesargo feed you a steady mend. No heroics, Archmage. Power is useless if you fall over.
By the 3, I thought I had that 1.
You almost had it. You rolled the last syllable into the hold instead of the release. Reset your shoulders, breathe low. 1 count taste of the penance, then let it go fully before you ask again. We try 3 clean sips, then stop.
10 out of 10. The game crashed. Why did the game crash? It was saving. There has been no save. So I'm going to have to load the game, create a new save immediately, and see if it crashes again. But we won't do any more of the shenanigans, and I don't think this will be saved in memory. Alright. And it crashed. Time to scroll through my saved Reddit posts to find the fix. Alright, we create a new save, player.kill, load the new save, or the latest save, player.kill, and then we should be able to save.
Where to next? By the three that hurt! No! Make...
Alright, now we save and see if it works.
So much to do, so little time.
And it worked. Alright. I'll just turn on Radiant Dialogue.
What can I do for you, friend?
Okay, it did save into memory.
Mage's ledger stack grows like skiva kids, and yet the bounty notes keep multiplying.
Elements, then the bandit rip we can do en route, but only after I copy the cadence from Moribel's old margin. If we ignite another pedestal, I want sandbins ready and a dampening ward already humming.
Not as impractical as ever. Jezargo will fetch the sun, and a clean soul gem for the book's temper.
It means he's right. And I'll fix the labels if you stop improving them with poetry. More pressing Rumorin is waiting. And if we make him idle past noon, he starts inventing reasons to visit the kitchens.
Then we move. Jezargo proposes we test the next facet. North watch under the mountain's morning shadow. Freeze the rim first, then tap a single spark. If it sings red, we stop. If it sings green, we copy and leave.
Why'd it go all the way to the bottom?
Agreed. And no choir anywhere near it.
Dargo will also move the sand pins closer to the balcony. No sense sprinting with a shovel. Pedestal decides to call.
Good. And pull the blue condenser seat from your pack before we go. I'm not testing a verse with that humming in your pocket.
Ha! Jezargo was good to say the same about your Dunmer gloves. Singing when you're annoyed. He will stow the seed and bring 2 quills for rabbits.
Bring 3. Rumorin snaps tips when he's excited. And I want your neat script on the cadence copy this time, not your heroic flourishes.
Jezargo writes like lightning, sharp and elegant. But fine, block. Candidates. Speaking of lightning, do you want sparks in the left and wood in the right? Shall Jezargo hold both while you count?
You hold both for the first tap. If it answers cleanly, I'll take the second so we can compare signatures. If it grumbles, we stop and pretend we were only measuring wind.
Acceptable. After that, one bandit raid. Jezargo was one near the cairn road so we can test the relics for phone breach on the real door.
Only... We keep it simple. No choir, no theatrics. Safe travels.
apologizes for waking you all so early, but we are heading north into the Sea of Ghosts. There we will summon the Daedra off college grounds.
Understood. Off-campus controlled circle. Witness wards. The board word Juniper. I'll pack cold ward inks 3 colors and a clean containment veil. J-Zargo. Summoning Etsy sounds properly dramatic. J-Zargo brings souls, a spare sigil, and the good Juniper. If the prince talks, J-Zargo will count the beats, not the boasts.
Say where you want the perimeter, and I'll make it quiet. No circles, no bargains, no gawkers. If something climbs out that isn't invited, it goes back in pieces.
Lovely. Don't stroll into freezing water to ask a cosmic horror for a favor. I'll bring rope, a lantern, and my best polite smile. If anyone slips, I'm calling it part of the ritual.
I will tend the bindings and keep the dead untempted.
Does everyone know water walking? If not, I can teleport you there once I arrive at the summoning spot.
I can manage water walking for 2 at a time with frost skin layered underneath. Safer if I cast on shore, then refresh at the circle. J-Zargo. J-Zargo knows the trick and prefers his paws dry. He will walk beside you on the waves and anchor the ward line.
I'll take your teleport, then keep to the perimeter. If the ice grows, I'm moving us to rock without asking.
I can fake it for a bit with a feathered step and a prayer to not sink. Teleport me up.
What? Why? Was this on save again? Completely forgot to look into fall room tools. Will resave or open this time? No, it doesn't seem like resaver wants to open. Let's see. Load the game again. And then see if it crashes on save again. If it does, we'll just repeat the process we did earlier. I gotta sleep again. I was only doing that For roleplay reasons, I can just do the save. All right. And managed to save, so I guess we'll sleep again. I don't know why I have to go to 9, 8, 7, 6. Yeah, 6. Again, there's another autosave. Maybe the crash wasn't save related.
Yes?
No issues this time. I wonder how that glitch occurs where I'm somehow able to fast travel.
This is the power of the Telvanni.
I do not have very good stamina. Eee.
Why? This is the power of the Telvanni. The power of Magnus is at my... Take that!
No choice. What was that? Teach you to mess with me.
Is someone there?
Let's get this over
As
with!
good as dead.
I'll try and make this quick.
As a child, Atero and I would pass time on the road by playing Withershins. A fine day to you, he... day, then... I'd reply,
It's nice
better
to know
than the
someone
last.
admires me for more than just my
Can't
appearance.
say the others appreciated it, though. Dare I say
An
they were
orange,
rather
green,
annoyed.
and blue sigil stone.
Especially
I
so.
should be able to craft powerful artifacts from these.
Ha! 3 stones, 3 colors, 3 chances for glory. Give them to Jezargo, and this one will set them humming without blowing off anyone's whiskers. Probably.
Catalog first, exuberance later. Orange is heat aspect, green is binding and lattice memory, blue is veil and drift. If we mount each in its own cradle and never nest them, we can test safely under a dampening ward.
I vote we don't stack the pretty marbles like a sweet roll tower. One wiggle and we all meet new neighbors with horns. Also, dibs on the blue one for a discreet lockbox that opens only when I look heroic.
I will hold on to them until solitude. For now, let's teleport to the college, then head to the Shrine of Azura. I'd like to speak to the Nervarine. Again!
Archmage leads, Jezargo follows. Orange first, then Azure slopes. This one will keep a light ward on the stones so they do not whisper between jumps.
Agreed. I'll back the sigils separately and anchor a recall at the hall before we depart for the shrine. When we reach Azoro, we keep the cowl sealed and let him speak first.
Works for me. I'll pack extra sweet rolls for the climb so none of us faint at the summit and get mistaken for pilgrims. Say the word, and I'll look to Vab and harmless while you two do the serious talk.
Skyrim.
Take a look. Until next time.
Can I help you? We going?
Where are these
Powerful words. Powerful words.
vampires coming from? Have you heard?
Greetings.
There's been another dragon attack. Kind's growth this time.
That'll be for next time we come back up.
Ass!
I yield! I yield!
I am never alone.
Well. Suppose thanks are in order.
Just woke from
So,
a nap.
my thanks.
The power of Magnus is at my command.
You'll die this day. I'm going to enjoy killing you.
You fool, taste my power.
Enjoy your last breath.
Boston!
Going to enjoy killing you.
Filthy sweat.
You Enwa!
Now you burn, Fetcher.
You think you stand a chance? You'll die this day, dragon. Enjoy your last breath. You'll die this day, dragon. Enjoy killing you.
Filthy sweat.
You think you stand a chance?
Die, damn you! Let's get this. Victory will be mine!
You're back in your hole, dragon.
I have to
Takes
admit,
care of that.
I'm disappointed.
It's too cold to harvest ingredients. Is there anything to give me some warmth here?
Enjoy your last breath.
No.
You think you stand a chance?
I'll see you burn.
Enjoy your last. Fire, frost, or lightning,
Erebor,
you
guide
will
me!
suffer at my hand. You won't get away.
Now you burn, Fetcher.
Going to try and killing
Sweat. Now you burn, Fetcher. Is this what you wanted?
Don't you see? I am master of the
Leave
arcane.
this shrine, blasphemer, before I kill you for defiling Azura's artifact.
You cannot even.
I don't have the ability to do the conversations due to the freezing.
Conceive of the power I wield.
Shadow hide you.
Wow, I haven't used this before.
You won't get away.
Erebor, guide me!
I'm just gonna have to look up the command. I'm just gonna give me the items. 'Cause I don't care. Is it gonna light? And the Neverine has disappeared. Oh well. Inside Berlina and Janessa did this.
Arania, I ask you hear me out. It was destiny from Azura herself to change your artifact. The star has been reborn through my will as the anticipations. Sound of Idita!
Do not dress blasphemy in the language of fate, Archmage. The star is Azura's gift, not a canvas for mortal vanity. If you have blackened it, you have cut it from the twilight, and from her mercy.
Zula, if you mean the Black Star, then what you carry is a different instrument entirely. Useful, yes, but it is no longer Azura's. Say what you will about destiny. The binding you chose points away from her shrine, not toward it.
If you want us to accept that tale, prove it with results, not summons. Otherwise, keep the story and the shard out of her priestess's sight, and decide whether you want a fight here or a path down the mountain. Azura sees the hinge between dusk and dawn. She does not mistake defilement for rebirth. Leave this altar in silence, before the twilight answers you with more than words.
We can still walk away alive and sane.
I want us to be on good terms, Aranya. You are a devotee to Azura, which I admire. I am a devotee of Mephala, but I honor all three Daedra. Let us be friends and spread the glory and honor of the anticipations across Skyrim.
Friendship is a grace of the twilight, but it is not a cloak to hide sacrilege. If you have profaned Azura's star, you stand apart from this altar until repentance mends what was sundered. Speak no more spreading glory here. Leave her shrine in peace, and do no further harm in Azura's name.
Zula, I respect your devotion, but this is her ground and her rule. We can argue philosophy down the mountain. Up here, we show restraint. If you want good terms, start by not pressing your case at her feet.
The wind is turning ugly. You want allies. You choose the right place and the right tone. Not here, not now. We walk, or we fight the storm, and the priestess both.
I have donated 300 septims to your shrine. Aranea used them to keep this shrine a beacon for all who suffer in Morrowind and Skyrim. May Azura, may all of the anticipations bless you.
Your coin will keep the fires lit and the steps clear. For the sake of the cold and the hungry, I accept it. But understand me, Archmage. Only Azura's blessing is spoken here. Do not bind her name to others upon this altar.
That was generous, Zula. Let's let the offering speak for itself and leave the rest unspoken on this mountain.
The priestess has her answer. We have given, we go. The road down waits, and so do warmer tempers.
Meravorin, my general, as an Ashlander, I humbly ask you tell me your story. I have been told it many times, but only from wise women, not from the legend himself.
If he's willing, I'd like to hear it too. Not the verses we grew up on, but the quiet parts between them. What you chose, what you refused, and what you do differently now.
Give us the spine, not the hymn. Names those the knife you kept, and the one you threw away. I care how you lived long enough to walk off Red Mountain.
Very well. I was a stranger on a prison ship with a name that wasn't mine and a destiny I did not ask for. I learned the land by walking it, learned the tribes by listening, and learned my enemies by legend and speak before I cut them down. The Temple called me Blasphemer, the Ashlanders called me Outlander, and in time both called me Nerevar Reborn. I took Cabernak's tools from Med Trespassers, and made a false god, and gave Morrowind back its sky. Then I left, because victory makes a cage when all it asks of you is to stand still and be worshipped. What I chose was the harder road each time.
BRB real quick.
How were you able to keep going despite your unholy affliction? If legend is still true, you still contain Corpus disease.
Corpus isn't a campfire tale, Zula. It warps flesh and mind until both forget their names. If he carried it, he carried a burden that would have broken most of us.
Affliction or blessing, what matters is function. Could you still move, fight, think? If the answer was yes, then you used it. If no, you cut it out. Which was it?
I did not cut it out. I banned it. The Vaithra turned the death sentence into a living covenant. No further decay, no cure. My bones stopped keeping count.
I azure the powers of that mage. If there was any Telvanni to meet, it would be him.
Devathver is a marvel and a menace in equal measure. If you seek him, you do it with written terms and escape plan, and no open-ended favors. His curiosities last longer than most empires.
Meet him if you like, but never alone and never hungry for a bargain. Take what you need, pay clean, and leave before he starts collecting you.
If you must find Fur, bring humility and boundaries. He saved my life. His mercy wore a scholar's smile and a spider's patience. Step lightly, Ashlander.
Tell me about the discussions with the civilized Dunmer. How did you convince them to name you Horror?
Portayer Zula, and the word is older than velvet thrones. It means the one who rallies houses to war and makes them move as one.
You do not convince great houses with pretty speeches. You corner them with need, cut their rivals shorter, and offer a way to live with their pride intact.
I begin with truce. They could not ignore and deals they could survive. To Hlala, I brought trade protected from temple reprisals and proof their enemies bled. To Redoran, I stood shield first against their storms and fools, and I let them test my courage in the open. To Telvanni, I did not beg an old wizard for a signature. I solved his problem, returned to life with something he wanted more than my death, and left him a hub. So he could not resist. To Endoro, I spoke to conscience and memory where law had failed, and to duress. I set captivity against Fen, and showed them a ledger where mercy profited. They took their insults, then their oaths, and I never asked any house to me where it would rather bargain. In the end, they named me Hortero because sane. No cost them more than sane, yes.
I'm gonna check something real quick. Probably the memory is huge. This is a huge memory and it gets sent every time. Oh no. No, no, no. I went in and tried to change the background information of the Neverine, but apparently it's not the right one. That's annoying. That's annoying. So he's basing everything off of, as far as the character bio goes, off of the automated bio I created a while back, which just has the race, which is he's a dark elf, and then just lines. So everything it's saying is just going to be based off of how good ChatGPT knows the story of Morrowind. I rewrote the bio to be Ognar, and I was hoping he would mention Kine at some point, but he won't because it just isn't in. That is sad.
And what was the demon Dagather and his false new medium like? Did he believe you to be Nerva reborn?
The temple called it Akulakin, a brass god built out of blasphemy and wishful math. A mockery of Kagranak's dream lashed to a heart it had no right to touch.
Monsters with creeds are still monsters. What mattered was how it moved and how you broke it. Did he bargain, or did he just sing you to sleep and reach for the switch?
Dagather greeted me like the brother who remembered a different past. He believed and did not believe, both at once. In one breath, he called me Nerevar returned. And then next, he accused me of being a temple puppet wrapped in prophecy. He spoke in honeyed certainties and waited for the world to agree. As for his false Numidium, it was a promise in pieces, lens of brass, a heart of stolen divinity, and a mind that mistook dream for law. I ruined his promise by unworking the bonds and taking the tools from his hands.
To think this blade struck down the heart of Lorcan. What a brave man you are, Nerevarin.
Please don't toy with Ginning. That edge harms to ratios none of us can see, and the last man who ignored his own aboard were vanished between one heartbeat and the next.
Put the dagger away unless you mean to use it on a target that can't scream. Some tools don't forgive curious hands.
Purge had little to do with it. Kinning's a key, not a trophy. Wield it without its song, and it will carve you out of the world before you feel the cut. Hold it steady, Archmage, or sheath it.
I noticed the strongbox on the altar. The Moon and Star Ring of Azura. May I have it for study?
If that is what I think it is, it belongs to this altar, not to any museum drawer. Study is possible without removal. I can make rubbings of the inscription, take measurements of the alloy with a non-invasive weave, and leave the ring exactly where it rests.
Take sketches, not trophies. Azura's priestess already gave us one warning today. I am not interested in finding out the second.
Moon and Star is a name that weighs more than any scholar's curiosity. If the ring here is true, it chooses who may bear it, and it does not travel without consequence. If it is a memorial piece, it remains a memorial. Look, learn, and leave it be.
And there is but one test to do for me to wear it myself. See if the ring chooses me.
Stop. Moon and Star is not a parlor trick. If it is true, it judges blood and oath, and if it rejects you, it does more than sting. Step back and let me take rubbings and a reading first. If the weave answers like a memorial copy, we leave it. If it sings like the Old Covenant, we do not touch it at all.
You try to wear that ring on this peak, and we will be fighting more than frostbite. No trophies from this altar. Sketch it, log it, walk away.
If the ring is what you think, it will choose on its own and not at your demand. Those it refuses die. Those it accepts are not made greater by the wearing, only more bound. Leave it to the Shrine Archmage.
Apologies for testing you, my general. I do have one last question. Do you wish to stay at my museum? I would be honored to host you for as long as you wish to stay in Skyrim.
Your hospitality does you credit, Archmage, but offer it with terms that protect both guest and gallery. White Wing, no public hours after dusk, and no one presses for stories or relics unless he volunteers.
If he accepts, I set the watch. One door to keys, and anyone sniffing for souvenirs leaves without teeth. Your curator signs for that in ink.
I do not linger well in cages, even gilded ones. I will take a bed for a short while under a simple pact. No pageants, no parades, no petitions. If I wake before dawn and vanish for a week, no one follows, and nothing of mine is catalogued. If you can keep those terms, I will share a fire and a few honest dancers while the snows pass.
You are welcome in Solitude any time you visit. For now I bid goodbye, we have traveling to do.
Safe travels.
And now the game's gonna crash on load. I was just checking to see if it like put in player.kill or something. All right. Probably need to use the Kirk camp. Get over the mountains to the exact monument. Grim? That would be my best guess at pronouncing it. But that was some good role playing. I am disappointed though that the bio didn't work out. I'll have to let Mantella people know. Run the fuck away.
Am I supposed to be impressed? Now you burn, Fetcher.
He just got pushed off by a Storm Atronach. what? Let's use this. We never use this enough.
You cannot even conceive.
I'm just gonna play this safe and get it into the console, just in case it lands very far away.
Enjoy your last breath.
Going to enjoy killing you.
Let's go.
Interesting.
Ass!
You think you stand a chance?
Don't get away.
Seems you've bloodied your knuckles a few times.
Don't you see? I am master of the arcane.
Enjoy your last breath. You won't get away.
Going to enjoy killing you. You think you stand a chance?
Is it flying off?
Fire, frost, or lightning, you will suffer at my hands. I'll see you die first. That's how it's that.
Another dragon down. When it's too cold to harvest ingredients. We're at 8, which is what I thought we were at.
Now you burn, Fetcher.
Is this a named quest or no? If I am fast, I might be able to get to Celator. I'll need you. Be heading east, so this must be south. Oh no. Yep, that's Skyrim for you.
I am never alone.
Ten out of 10. Neat. Oh god damn it, I'm dropping frames again? Wait, I've been dropping frames for a while. I'm at 31% dropped frames? Alright. That sucks. I'm sure the recording of this is gonna be absolute dog water. Well, I am kind of getting hungry, so I guess this is gonna be a short stream. That stinks. It must mean like so much of the conversations are just like really bad. Where are they?
Victory will be mine! Why won't you die? Ass.
May as well do this as well. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to save an end stream here.
So much to do, so little
I'll probably
time.
come back at some point throughout the day. But damn. 31% dropped frames. 57,000 and counting dropped frames. Yay.